Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Picking Up the Pieces. Dallas is right here on my lap, and Sassy is right here at my feet. It has been a Wednesday morning, and they love to be right by my side when things are a little bit off. Are your fur babies with you? Where are you tuning in from? Are you a little bit off? I have had a crazy eye infection, which involves eye drops and medication. And when I have to take medication, it just makes me feel yuck. So today I woke up to Dallas's wagging tail, to the thump, thump, thump of her tail. And we just snuggled a little extra longer. It's just been like one of those mornings. Wednesdays, I just was thinking about this. Wednesdays have always been my busiest day. Last Wednesday, I was in the doctor's office. I recorded an episode audio only. Little did I know that you cannot upload audio onto Facebook. So I apologize. I'm going to talk about the same thing I did because I think it's important. If you attended the Relief from Grief workshop, I talked about my Shout 5-step guide to healing. And the H is help. I talk about several different steps that are part of the things I do that are part of acknowledging that we need help. We have to acknowledge that we need help and we have to accept that help. So part of that, I talk about using a code word. So last week, the day before I recorded this episode, someone reached out to me and said, "Can you talk?" And I said, "Later today at whatever time." And when I reached out later today at whatever time, I learned that there was a bit of a crisis earlier in the day when that person reached out. And that is one of the reasons I think code words are important. When you're feeling off, when you're struggling, when you're having a morning like I'm having today, it might be a little bit harder to say, "Help, can you talk? I'm not okay, something's wrong." And having a simple word, an upbeat, my client last week who shared his code word not only with me, but also with a handful of people that become a team so that if one person is busy, another person is not and can reach out and step in and be there. And you don't have to go through that crisis alone. You can use this word and the people understand the difference between "can you talk" and "I need to talk to someone right now." And so, of course, I felt awful. And we discussed having some sort of a signal, right? 911 exists because people need a simple number to call in an emergency. And we all need a simple system because when we're frazzled, when we are a little bit off or dealing with an emergency, we don't think as clearly. And that's human nature. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with all functions not operating at 100% in those situations. So, if you attended Relief from Grief, have you come up with a code word? Share it with us. What is it? If you need help coming up with one, share it in the group. Ask for help. My client last week is a Yankees fan, so he came up with Jeter. He shared it with, I think there were 5 or 6 of us in this group, and he shared exactly what I talked about in the workshop, what he needs when he uses the word, as well as what he does not need, right? When I use my code word, I do not want you asking me what's wrong. That makes me struggle more. I want to get out of my head. I want to get out of what's wrong. I want you to distract me. I want you to get me thinking about anything else. I don't care if you make up a story, right? You can tell me tomorrow that you made it up. You can make up a bad day. You can make up a funny story. You stubbed your toe. You ran into a wall. Anything to get my mind off of me. It's about distracting me, helping me distract myself. My client needs help remembering the things that work for him because in his off days, off moments, he can't think of them. Even if he has a list right there in front of him, he freezes up and might forget to look at it. So he just wants help thinking of the things on that list, right? I want you to get me to think of anything else. So, what is your code word? Do you need help thinking of one? What do you need when you use it? What don't you need? Do you have people to share it with? You all have me. Have you made connections in this group? You probably have other people in here. And if you haven't, will, because we get it. You don't have to say anything. When I reach out to you guys or you reach out to me, we can just say, I had a moment. I'm having a moment. And no words are necessary, right? So if you didn't attend the workshop, this is a great time. You can just say, is anyone willing to share your code word? I need ideas. Peanut butter pancakes is mine. No idea why. I don't eat pancakes often. When I do, I use syrup. I don't use peanut butter. If I ever have a luxurious pancake, it's chocolate chip pancakes or blueberry pancakes. So no clue where or why I came up with it. It's upbeat. It's silly. It's simple. I can say it. I can text it in any situation. I can be standing in a crowded room and I'm not embarrassed to use it. It's harder to say in a large group, in a public situation. Can you talk right now? That might be more difficult. So, peanut butter pancakes is not. This is a great way also, not only to ask for help yourself, it gives other people permission to lean on you. The responses in this thread when he shared his code word and why he was using it, we're not only so proud of you, it was, oh my God, I've been there. I could do this too. What a great idea. So the people who he feels safe enough to reach out to also think, wow, what a great idea. Can I reach out to you if I'm having one of those days? So we've all been there and we'll all be there. It shows other people that you have this tool, and if they haven't thought of it, they can use it as well. So I just wanted to share, and I apologize about last week. I thought I was being so smart sitting in the doctor's office using my little voice audio on my phone and then putting it in the Facebook group, but little did I know that that would be a task impossible for me, yes, but impossible for all because you can only put video in Facebook. Who knew? Everyone else, not Sam. I'm way behind on these technological social media things. So sorry. Thank you for understanding. This is what I talked about. If you have any questions, if you want to talk about it more, we can chat in the group. You can reach out to me anytime. A lot of you do. Those of you who are thinking, I don't want to bother Sam, you're not. I would not offer this if it was a bother. There are other coaches that don't make this offer. I understand that things come up any hour, all the time. When I am unavailable, my phone isn't with me. It's on airplane mode. It's in another room. And my friends and family will tell you 90+% of the time, I miss a call and call them back. Even when I'm not busy, just because I'm not glued to my phone. And even when I'm available, I just don't have the ringer on. It's not my thing. Playing with my dogs, I'm outside enjoying life, and it's important to me and you matter to me. I just don't have it on ringtone. I'll hear it, I'll see it, I'll catch it 5 minutes later, and I will respond. And everyone will tell you I will 5 minutes later. So If you have any questions, if you want to talk about it more, this group is engaging as well. If you put up a post, have a comment, have something going on, other people will respond. Other people are going through something similar, and they can tell you what has worked, what works, things that have helped them. We all have to find our own unique path, but there are tools that will work for many of us and things that work for many of us that we share in common. And for me, nature is a thing that works for so many of us. And it's getting to be that time of year, no matter where we are, that you can get outside, even for 5-10 minutes, taking that break. Last week in particular, and any time of year when technology is stressing me out, when I'm having a day where a bunch of things are happening and I get easily overwhelmed or things are going really fast, I like to just go outside. Even if I just go in my backyard and sit outside, if all I have is 10, 15, 20 minutes, or taking a break and walking the girls, getting that fresh air, taking time to just look at what is around me. It doesn't change the reality of what's happening, but it gives me time to breathe and get away from it for a few minutes. Maybe for you it's a drive, or it's music, or it's cleaning, or it's the gym. Finding the things that work and making time, whether it's every morning, every evening, and taking a break when you're stressed out. I had to learn to take breaks. That would stress me out, old Sam. Like, disrupting my routine and taking a break was against my, and it is one of my healthiest coping mechanisms now. So, learning what works as we heal is really, really important, because life has given us a tough hand and we have to get through it in whatever way works. So, finding those 10-15 minute breaks, those catching up with a friend. Sunday morning, I started my day with the best call, a newer friend, someone I met at the event. I've known her online, but met in person for the first time. And it was the best. And we're going to do it regularly, and planning trips together and finding things that lift you up, people who bring you up, make you feel better. Life has been difficult enough. So, what's your code word? Share it with the group, recognizing that asking for help is a strength. And the world might make you feel like it's a weakness. I say it all the time. The world has it backwards. I would love to know your code word. I would love to know who you are sharing it with, and what you need when you use it and what you don't need. Until next week, and you can reach out anytime in between. Hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. I will see you soon.